This is the best advice I can give you for relationships and love and intimacy and all of the following, right? If you're under the ages of 18 or you're a teenager or you might even be in your early adulthood, right? The worst mistake I think you can make as a young guy is actively looking for a relationship. And the reason why I think that's a very bad idea, just in general across any stage of life, is because you never actually find a relationship when you look for it. Every single relationship I've been in, every single relationship other people that I know have gotten into, it hasn't been something they've looked for. It's just something that they've eventually got into, right? And it's something that they've kind of just decided that, okay, this person's presented themselves to me. I like who they are. And then you enter a relationship, right? Another thing is that if you are looking for a relationship, you need to have values and you also need to have like boundaries, right? This is a massive thing that no one who's younger has. And loads of people don't really think about these things, if at all, really. And I think these are the most important things you can have. If you're like 16 years old and you're watching my videos and you've been following me for a while, you'll know that I'm very, very like I emphasize like having like standards and stuff, especially for dating. I think that the partner you choose is not only a reflection of you, but they're also just going to influence your life in a number of different ways, right? Like it's not just one or two things. The partner you're with is going to influence even like just basic habits, like what time you wake up, what time you go to bed, and all of those other things, right? So I think if you're going to choose a partner, have some basic values that they need to meet at the door. Like, are they respectful? Are they nice? What type of feedback loop have they had as a child, right? Obviously, that's a bit more complex, but you kind of just want to think more about the type of girl you're with, right? The type of girl you're going to choose, the type of girl you're going to be with long term. Because at the end of the day, right, long term relationships are long term for a reason. The reason why you get in a long term relationship is to, I'm going to say this is going to sound controversial, is to eventually settle down with that person. Now, if you're watching this as a young guy and you're in a relationship with a girl and you've kind of felt a little bit of panic once I've said that, something's wrong. And you need to reconsider what you value and what you find important in a relationship, right? Because so many guys, right, I've seen this happen so much. You'll get with a girl who she just happens to like you, so you get with her without thinking about what you want and without thinking about your future. Because I think, in my opinion, the girl you get with has a massive knock-on effect on not only your work and your purpose, but just how you feel day to day. Like, I think a lot of modern girls now are so into hookup culture and just casual like dating and stuff, right? And men are too, right? It's both men and women. And then to add to that, you've got like this whole movement of women who hate men. And then you've also got like other things that are happening, right? Like every girl's on the pill now, which affects her like menstrual cycle, and it also affects the types of men she's attracted to. So there's a lot of things that you have to consider. If I was looking for a relationship and I was younger, I wouldn't look for one. That's the thing you need to understand. I wouldn't look for one. It doesn't matter where I am. I wouldn't look for one. And it's important that you realize that. And I keep saying that because it genuinely is. Like, there's just so many guys that get fucked up. Like, they lose years and months of their life with the wrong girl, right? Because that's true, right? You can lose years off of your life. Like, I'm not joking when I say that. I'm being 100% like true when I say that. You can lose years off of your life. One girl can drive you like insane, right? If you form a pet bond and you actually love her, she can just leave you like nothing's happened, right? That's how girls have kind of like, that's kind of like how they are sometimes, right? Like you can get in this relationship, you can start dating them, and then out of nowhere they'll just break up with you, right? And another thing about that is girls don't break up with you in the moment. They make that decision ages ago, right? Because they kind of need to there's this term called branch swinging, which is where like if you visualize a monkey, right, swinging between branches, it doesn't just jump to like another tree without like having something to grab onto. And that's basically how women have kind of evolved, right? If they're going to leave their current partner, they kind of in like some way, shape or form, right, this is going to sound controversial, they need another male to provide and like not provide but to be there for them, right, once they let go of the original partner. So I think there's a lot more that comes into it, and the more you learn about these things like I have, the more skilled you're going to be and the better partner you're going to be. Like loads of people will look at me and think, oh, well, Ryan knows about the menstrual cycle, he knows about this, he's manipulative, he knows about attachment styles, he won't pick me because I'm this and this. No. I have more experience with girls, which makes me a better partner. It's not the same for women. With women, the more sexual partners they have, they kind of often have like a downstream effect, right? That sounds controversial. Someone's gonna like clip this and say, "Oh, well, Ryan, you're misogynist, this and this." I don't give a fuck, right? I know I've got experience, right? And any guy who's like got the same amount of experience is nodding their head, thinking, "Yeah, like Ryan's totally right about this." So I think when it comes to choosing a girl, you choose a girl that has the values again that you want. With me, like I'll just tell you my values. I don't want a girl who has like a negative attitude. I don't want a girl who's like bitchy. Like there's this movement, right, of girls who are like bitchy and talk like in this like chavvy accent. I honestly like I'm repulsed by that. Like if I hear a girl that's chavvy or she's rude and disrespectful and she's got like this weird undertone to her voice, I don't that puts me off, right? And it doesn't matter like if she's the only girl that's into me, I will still comfortably leave her, right? Because I know that there's going to be other girls who not only are just nicer and sweeter, but they just have better characters. They have better families. They have like obviously that's a bit personal, right? Have someone having a better family, you can't really change that. But that also links to like a feedback loop someone has as a child, right? I think the type of feedback loop a girl has as a child, and it's the same with men. It very much indicates a lot of things about that person, and it links to attachment styles and all this other stuff, right? Which is a bit more complex. But pick a girl who makes you feel safe. Pick a girl who won't fuck you up in the long term. That sounds like a broad term, but I'm going to get into that in a moment. And pick a girl who respects your heart. Because a lot of girls now are like, they have this sort of mindset where they're just gonna like completely leave this guy and not like, this is the thing about girls, right? When they break up with you, they will, if she doesn't like you, right? She will completely disregard you, your emotions, how you're gonna be affected. They're very self-centered, right? Especially if she's a toxic girl. She's just gonna like leave you. She's gonna not focus on your well-being. She's just gonna like leave you, right? Whereas with guys, right, if we break up with a girl, at least I'm like this, right? I can't speak for every guy. When we break up with a girl, I'm kind of like checking in to see if she's okay. Like if I've broken up with a girl, right, which I have before, like multiple times, I'll make sure she has closure. I'll make sure she knows why we've broken up and why things haven't worked out. Whereas with girls, bro, when they've decided your time's done, they'll like bin you off and they'll scoot you over and they'll find someone else, right? So if I was a young guy right now, if I was 16 years old, 15 years old, 14 years old, like, and I was Raihan, right, I would maybe not get in a relationship, but I would just start to think about what type of girl I'd actually want to be with long term and what type of girl I'd actually enjoy being around, because that's a very crucial thing. You kind of want to find a girl who you just enjoy being around and you enjoy spending time with, and you enjoy like, she doesn't feel like she's an anchor. She feels like she's boosting you up towards your goals, right? Because if you're ambitious like me and you're ambitious like a lot of young guys, you have these massive goals of like potentially building a business or like building a massive physique, right? And just becoming a better man overall. So if you have these goals, you need a woman beside you who will boost you up, right? Like I remember in this game, I forgot what it was called, but like you've got like a jump, like you press X to jump, and then if you double tap X, it makes you jump higher, right? It's kind of funny actually. I forgot what it was called. Like Crash Bandicoot or something. I can't remember, right? It's such a long time ago, right? No, was it Rocket League? Like you can just boost, like you can double jump. Yeah. You want a girl who like boosts, like double boosts you, right? So you jump towards your goal, and then she boosts you up higher, right? Because she loves you and she's supportive, right? And she's kind of like a cheerleader in your corner. So find a girl who compliments you, find a girl who pushes you towards your goals, and find a girl who doesn't sabotage the relationship. She doesn't talk to 500 other guys. She doesn't let other people like interfere with your relationship, because at the end of the day, the relationship you have with a woman is your relationship and your relationship only. Other people shouldn't be jumping in. Oh, how is this going? How is that going? No, your relationship with your woman is for you. And you need to realize that, because if you let other people get involved in your relationship, your girl's going to get like skewed. She's going to start thinking, he's not treating me this like this way, and all of her friends are going to support it, and it's just going to be this massive problem, right? So also another thing, choose a girl who chooses you. This is very important. You always want to choose a girl who chooses you. That is the only way things are going to work. If she doesn't choose you first and you're kind of chasing after her, things will never work, right? I promise you, right? I put everything on this, right? If you just want to trust, like, if you want to trust anything I say, this is the thing I want you to trust, right? Always choose a girl who chooses you. That is the best advice I could give to anyone. Choose a girl who chooses you. Now, I don't have like an aim for this video, and I've just checked, and it's been 10 minutes. So I hope this video has been helpful for all the boys that need it. I know a lot of guys are like struggling with relationships and how to manage long term, and the desire for like love and intimacy, right? It's quite strong, right? Especially when you're a young guy, your testosterone's rising, and you kind of you've left this boyhood era of like playing video games and like spending time with your friends, and now you want to level up a bit more. You want a woman beside you, and you want a girl, right? Which is all healthy. And don't let anyone tell you otherwise, that like wanting a girl's weird and stuff like that, right? Because I was the same as you. As again, like I always say this at the end of every video, again, I haven't had a script for this video at all. This video is basically gone from my camera roll straight to YouTube, right? So if you're watching this, you've basically just got an uncut video of me just talking to you and giving you best advice I could about relationships and love, and what I wish I knew when I was like 14 years old, 15 years old, 16 years old, when I was in like year 8, 9, and 10, and even older, right, year 11. So yeah, if this video's helped you boys, I'd really appreciate if you can like the video and leave a comment if it's helpful. I'm planning to scale my YouTube way more, and I'm excited for it. So yeah, as always, there's always one last thing I say before the end of every video. Always strive for excellence, because great things will come your way.